everyone.
Hello. Hope everyone is doing fine.
Yeah. Is that our... There you go. Hopefully. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, should still heard us, but
they still heard us. It just wasn't the mic we wanted it to be.
Look at that. We have both Facebook and YouTube on.
I tried fixing it, Sean. I did it for you. I said if I could fix this.
Kelly, Betty, hello. Who else is here? Tanya, Milady, Sylvia, Sheil, Arlene, and Wendy. Wendy, you seem to be the first person up and running.
She is.
You're awesome. Jackie Rose.
She's not kidding.
Debbie and Jamie and Kathy and Wendy. Dr. Early again. Hi. You know, for those who are around my age, Dr. Early used to be on a TV show called Emergency, and it was a he, but he was like one of the chief surgeons or something. Dr. Early. I remember him. Anyway, thank you for everybody for coming in. Tamara, Christy, Sue, Little Squirrels.
Squirrels?
That's what her name is. Little Squirrels.
Oh, I love that.
I know. Amber and Coffee Time, also known as Nancy. Hi, Nancy. Sandy and Tony and Ken and Carol and Jen. Look at all these people. Hello. Hope everybody's doing well today.
I shared the wrong... Wow. Give me a sec, guys. I totally shared my thumbnail and not the live. So give me 1 sec here. As we get this all situated, we wanted to say thank you so much for all of the love and the puppy love. And Sean, bring the graphic up and let's tell them what we're going to be doing today.
Absolutely. No, we were just talking while I left this page up while we were chit-chatting. So you should have seen this for a brief moment, but...
So we, as many of you know, went to the Cricut Joy launch event. When was that, Sean?
What, last month?
Last month, I think.
Or so, maybe even a little, maybe almost a month and a half ago.
Yeah, and it was a great show, but I've just now, because of everything, got back to finally getting our Cricut Joy stuff. Give me 1 sec here. I'm going to share. You can go up to there, Sean, as you say hi to people and chat with them. I'm just going to share this to a few places so people know we're live.
Yeah, you should see
because we know sometimes you guys don't see it, which is very sad. So if I share it to a few places, hopefully you guys will get the notification and see it.
Tiffany says she got her first machine last Saturday and she chose the Joy.
Oh, so I hope you enjoyed interesting to see why you chose the Joy.
Yes.
So we will jump into that in 1 sec, but I just need to fix my oopsies.
Yeah, Melanie, she asked, where did we go? We went down to Salt Lake, where Cricut is, and that's where we did when they were showing it. It was open to the public. So we went down there and looked around. Hey, Nancy. Yes, you're all welcome to show you the puppy videos. Right now, they're all up, believe it or not. They've been sleeping for the last couple hours.
Yes, they have been.
Yes.
Okay, so I think I fixed it.
Alrighty.
And then we will have comments up because there will be a part where Sean will have to use this for comments.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, let me go ahead and move this over for Shawnee, and there we go.
Perfect.
We are good.
Perfect.
All right, everyone. So, welcome to our first Cricut Joy. Look, we did open the machine during one of our other shows, but we didn't do much with it. And I really wanted it to be brand new, out of the package, first experience with you guys doing the live. We are going to shoot the edited version next week. That should go up on our YouTube channel next week, probably around Wednesday. That will be about 5 minutes. It will be the quick features, benefits, and overviews. So before we even dive in, the reason it took me so long is for the longest time my Cricut account was not working and I couldn't order. So I ended up having to order from Michael's, and they just shipped it in weird packages and stuff. So I didn't get everything, but I got a lot of stuff to show you guys. Going into this review, I'm going to share with you guys a few things. Number one, I was hesitant about the machine. Just some quick facts. The Cricut Joy comes in at a cost of $179. The Cricut Explorer Air 2, usually on sale, can be as low as $199. Not on sale is $299, and it does a lot more. With that said, I'm seeing a lot of people are gravitating towards the Joy because it's small, it's compact, it is very dialed into its features and what it can do, and people love those features. It's new, it's pretty, it's small. people love those kind of things. So we're going to dive and take a look at what comes in it, what you get in the actual box, and then of course what we can do with it. And we'll also be doing some projects in Cricut design space. If you have any questions, let us know. Leave it in caps so Sean can see it. When I'm on this computer doing Cricut design space, he's going to be monitoring comments on the computer, so just let us know. Okay. Below in the links, because I know you guys like your options, I've given you links to everything we're talking about, to Cricut, to Amazon, and to Target. Cricut, I do have a coupon code. It's 10KEN, so TENKEN, 10KEN. Mm-hmm. And after that point, Target and Amazon, unfortunately I don't have coupon codes, but I do know that those are some of your favorite shops. So Target just introduced Cricut, so now we'll start sharing those links as good. We will absolutely talk about other machines, so if you have questions on how this compares to other machines, I've gotten a lot of questions. I will go on record as saying right now my favorite machine is the GLOWFORGE. With that being said, my favorite consumer machine, meaning a machine that you could purchase for your house, is probably still the Cricut Maker, unless this changes my mind. After going to the Cricut event, we did see the cool features and benefits of this. The card mat is ingenious. We saw the smear-proof writable layer labels and vinyl. Do want to keep in mind that when we show that, I am going to show you it is not 100% smear proof as they say, so we're going to show you that. I will not hold back, so I'll tell you my pros, cons, all that stuff, and we're going to dive into it all. I will tell you right off the back, the biggest con for me is existing Cricut users. You are not able to use anything with the exception of vinyl and cardstock you cut down yourself. But if you want to buy this and buy the blades and buy all of the bells and whistles, you're not going to be able to use it. You can't use your Cricut Maker tools. You're not going to be able to use your current Cricut pens. So at first, to me, it kind of felt like a cash grab. If you buy this machine, you're going to have to upgrade to everything else. So that was my first biggest con, and still a little bit of a con. But with that said, let's dive in. All right, so we'll go to the camera up here so you guys can see it. So I did buy the tote. Right now, Cricut is out of this, and so is Target, but Michaels has it in stock, and so does Amazon. It is very compact. It fits the machine perfectly. You have your little pocket back here to put all of your other stuff. When you open it on the inside, here we go, we have the Cricut machine. And it's kind of interesting how you have to load the Cricut machine. They do give you a graphic in the back of the tote that shows you that when you load this back into your carrying case, it's going to go upside down and then at an angle. And that's how it fits to the curvature. So upside down at an angle. See that? So if you do it right side up, it's not going to close. Nope. So it really does need to go upside down. So we'll take this out. Now in the box, this is basically what you get. This is an additional purchase. It's $39.99. But right out of the box, you're going to get the Cricut Joy. Here it is. Inside, you will get the carrying or the blade cartridge and a blade that goes right here. You will get the cord, which is a little bit different than what we're used to. I wish there was a piece of Velcro on the cord, because when you're putting it in your storage, it would be nice to be able to bunch it up. Sean goes to like Home Depot or stuff and buys these.
Yeah, there's a pack of colored ones or black.
Yeah, it's a pack of colored cords, and you can literally just put it at the end, and that way when we go to travel with this, we will be able to use this to bunch the cord up. Because I do see the draw of this at crops, taking it over to a friend's house. Quick card projects was my biggest thing that I loved about it. So there's two pieces to the cord. You have your Cricut Joy, which is the power bank, and then this that goes into the wall. They also give you a standard Cricut Joy pen. This is a 0.4 fine point. So this is a pen, not a marker. You're also going to get a standard Cricut Joy mat for this, and you're going to get your starter, all of your ideas, your warranty, a cardstock to get you going and stuff. So you're going to get everything you need to set it up. So you can set it up via your phone, your tablet. You can also go on to a desktop. You'll be able to do all of that. So that's what comes in the box for $179. So let's go ahead and get it plugged in.
I'll go in the back to get it for you.
While Sean's plugging that in, I did buy a lot of accessories. So let's show you all the stuff we're going to try out today and kind of play with. Give me one sec here. I'm going to go up to this one here while we get that plugged in. Okay, so here's the stuff I've been waiting for to show you guys. We got a ton of the insert cards, which look like this. Now, the insert cards were probably my biggest attraction to the Joy machine. I love making cards. It's what I kind of fell in love with on Cricut. And these cards are pretty amazing, and they work hand in hand with the Cricut card mat. So let me bring that up. So these are all the mats I bought just so I could show them off to you guys. So we have a whole bunch of different mats here. This is the Joy mat. This works hand in hand with the insert cards. You do not need to buy this to work the Cricut card mat. It just is a nice feature. But this can work with your existing cardstock. I also have another standard grip just in case. And then I got both the light grip and standard grip 4.5 by 12. So when you look at a Cricut Joy, there's 3 different mats. Well, 4 different mats technically, but there's the 2 mats that we have come to know and love. These are the typical Cricut mats. The light grip tends to be my favorite Cricut mat when I'm looking at stuff. And then of course, the card mat. So those are the mats. I also bought some other stuff to show you guys. So this is the replacement blade for the Cricut Joy. So once again, if you are someone that has a ton of Cricut supplies and you already have the premium fine tip blade, it's not going to be able to work with this. And the reason why is the carriage on this machine is so small. It's a lot shorter. So this blade, here's the blade. You can see how just itty bitty tiny it is compared to what their normal blades are. So that's why you can't use your existing blades. The same goes with everything else. So I bought all of the pen sets, not all of them, but a good portion. And people were asking, why can't I use my existing pens? And it truly is just the size. I mean, the Joy pen is a lot shorter and a lot stubbier on the ends here. So that's, you know, one of those things that you're going to want to keep in mind. But I did buy those. I also got the starter tool set that matches the Joy machine. This is definitely not needed. These are all tools that they've released in the past, but it matches the machine. And we all know people like matchy-matchy. All right, let me get this stuff out of the way. Show you what else I bought. Is there a question, Sean?
Yeah, Kayla says, I've always wanted a Cricut. Would this be a good one for a beginner?
It would. It is. That's one of the things I like about it is it's a very dialed-in machine. So it's a great beginner. If you're someone that thinks you're going to want more in the future, I'm still, right now until doing this video, pointing it towards the Cricut Maker because I think it's the best machine. Other things I bought was the Smart Label. Now they have 2 different types of Smart Labels, so let me explain the difference. You have Smart Label that's a writable vinyl. This is the one that you can write on. This is the one that smears. I don't know if they've said it's smear proof or made that claim. It definitely with the dry finger didn't smear, but if your fingers have any moisture, sweat, or wetness on it, they do smear. This is the Smart Label adhesive back paper. So we also got some Pattern Smart iron-on, so you guys can see that. So we got that. We also wanted to test some iron-ons, so I got mostly, I didn't want to buy all the iron-ons, so I got the holographic. I got the samplers that give us a lot of different colors so we can play with that. So there is the iron-on. Now people get confused sometimes. Smart iron-on and HTV, what's the difference? There isn't. It's just Cricut created their own name with iron-on. It's basically HTV. We also have Smart Vinyl. Now keep in mind that their vinyl comes in a couple of different categories. You have permanent, then you have removable. Permanent is just that. It is permanent once you have it on your surface, where removal gives you a little bit of flexibility. They have transfer tape that we will be taking a look at. And last but not least, they have both pattern and solid infusible ink. So we'll take a look at that. And they released, because they know that a lot of people are going to be making cards with this, they released deluxe paper that has adhesive on the back. So this way, it already has your adhesive. You don't have to worry about adding a layer of adhesive. So this is by no means everything you can get for your Cricut Joy. It's what I bought just to test it out and do my review video. You can get almost everything that would be in a normal size Cricut for this. So they're releasing, of course, all of the vinyl, HTV, iron-on, and stuff. But can you use your own materials before we even start? Absolutely. So this is why they have the different card mats. If you wanted to use your own materials and cut it down, and absolutely you can do that. It is there. One of the features of this is matless cutting, so we'll take a look at that. But you can use your own materials if you so choose. All right, so let's bring this little cutie thing in. So literally, the Cricut Joy itself does not have a ton going on. You have the part in the back, which is where your mat will come out. You have the place to plug it in. You'll have a light on the top to let you know when your Joy is on. There is no tool storage. There is just a place for the mat and the blade. That is it. So when you plug it in, there is no power button. There's nothing. A little light comes on and we hear it. So Sean, I'm going to switch you here.
Okay.
Here is all of your stuff. All right. So I'm going to share Cricut Design Space, and this is basically just walking you guys through. Oh, sorry, what was that, Sean?
I was going to say you're not about. There you go. Sorry.
Okay, so I'm going to close out this, and you're monitoring comments.
Yes, I am.
Let me close out all these fun little windows. Okay, so when you do yours, you are going to see up here, it's going to want you to choose your machine. So we have the Cricut Joy, which is right there. Now, I've already went through and set up this, but if you do need to go through the setup process, you're just going to follow the instructions that they gave you in your guide, which is basically just Cricut.com setup. So when you go online, literally it is Cricut.com/setup. And then that's going to take you to set up your machine. So it's going to basically tell you you're going to have to either download or open your Cricut Design Space app. That's all it's really going to do is instruct you to download this to your computer. So here we are in Cricut Design Space, and let's go ahead and test first what I'm most excited about, which is the cards. So up here, when you guys you'll see that there is projects. You can see my projects, there's the machine, and then down here is my projects, Cricut Access, ready to make, infusible ink. They have just a ton of stuff. You're gonna note that they have these creative cards. These are definitely made for the Cricut Joy because this is their claim to fame. It has the little corners here, then the backing goes in it. So let's see one that I love. Let's look at all of the creative cards and find one that we just want to make. How about we do... Ooh, let's do this llama. Llamas are cute. So this one's basically telling you this product is designed for Cricut Joy and compatible products. This project cuts a Cricut Joy insert card to create a llama party card. Tells you the finished size. Tells you which insert cards they are using. So they're using the Rainbow Scale Sampler. Tells you you're going to need your card mat, a glitter pen or a pen of some sorts, the scraper tool. Tells you how to prepare everything and everything. So it tells you everything that you're going to need. One nice thing is the Cricut card mat being brand new. A lot of people are like, I'm not sure how it works. So they do give you a link that takes you to a page where it is going to show you exactly how to use this card mat. So if you've never used it and put it in, it is a little different. The card slides in.
The card is designed.
When you're done, you're going to end up taking that out and
press the front.
You're just going to flip it around. So if you don't know how to do that, it is right there for you. So let's go ahead and hit Make It. It's going to connect to your Joy via the Bluetooth built inside of the machine, so you don't have to worry about cards or anything. And because it knows you're working with a Cricut Joy, it is basically telling you, it's setting up everything for you. So it's going to say, is this working? Are you good? Yep. And we're going to hit continue. It's going to wait for it to connect to my device, which I need to, hopefully you guys don't see too much of an interruption. I'm going to have to turn us to Wi-Fi, Sean. Is that going to kill our feed?
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't?
It shouldn't. It should just pick it up, keep picking it up as we go. I'll keep an eye over here.
Okay.
If so, it shouldn't. But if
Sean
so,
says it shouldn't. We have to be connected to our Wi-Fi and our Bluetooth on, so hopefully it doesn't kick us off. If it does, I can grab my Mac. Are we good?
I won't know until after it's been done.
Oh.
I just saw you switch over to it, so.
Okay, well, tell me if you see this. I'm going to go in and we're good?
I see that you've placed over. I see your thing moving around.
So you see us?
I'm just waiting for the catch up.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. So I'm going to connect the Joy right here.
Yep, you're good.
You see me?
Yep,
Perfect.
I still see you.
So I'm connecting the Joy to my Mac, since I've never done it. I've only done a thing. If you do not see this on a Mac, it's just up here. You have a little Bluetooth menu, and that's how you'll connect to it. So it should be connected. If you ever need to check for firmware updates or stuff like that, that's in your little menu over here, the three little, I call them the hamburger, and it will tell you if there is an update. So like this one will say, the Joy, your machine is up to date. So if it wasn't, you would just hit update and it would do the update. There is no print then cut on the Joy, so you don't need to do that application. So it should be ready to go for the cards. So we're going to bring up the creative card, and I'm glad I changed my mind because I don't want to do that llama. I like this llama better.
Llama llama ding dong.
Llama llama ding. So this one's going to be using the Merriweather sampler, which I don't know if I have. So we'll have to look through my pile there. Do I have the Merriweather sampler, Sean?
I don't know. You got quite a bit here, so I think
I do. This is what I bought the machine for. So if I could get it, I did. So I don't know where it tells the romantic sampler.
Or is it on the back?
I don't know.
What's it look like?
It's blue. Oh, look, while you answer. Is there any questions?
Can it make 5x7 cards? Asked Robin. And we believe it does because the actual size of the mat is 6 by. Well, 6 by. Looks like it should be. It sure looks like it should do 6 by 5, 7 by 5. So I think so. Maybe just hair shy of it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. So I don't have the Merriweather. I don't know what that is. So I'm just going to use the rainbow scales because it will work just as well. So let me show you kind of what we are doing. So we are on this still, and now we're just going to hit continue. We're going to let it get to our Joy, which is right there. And it's going to bring up my materials. Obviously, we are using the insert card cardstock. It's basically saying to make sure your fine point blade, and then we're going to put the mat in. So let me go back up here and let's see. Sean, how do I get to your, oh, up here?
What are you trying to do?
Cameras, so we can go back to us on this camera.
All right.
You're good for now, and then I'll tell you to go back to the design space if we need to. Okay, so let's go back to that overhead camera.
Mm-hmm.
Are we there?
I just have to pull up the camera thing.
Awesome. So this is the one I'm going to use because I do not have that, the one that they're saying, the Merriweather. And while Sean's getting that camera up and running, I will take out my card mat.
I've got to find the right
menu. I'm sorry I closed everything out on you. There's just that. It should be. I thought just. I thought it was up there. Those guys. You have to unlock it, don't you? Sorry, guys. This is my fault. I closed out all of his little shortcut windows.
All right, hold on.
Camera.
Source, camera.
Select cameras.
And I should have my window here.
Here. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I thought it was these. No?
Oops.
Sorry. Now I'm really messing it up, aren't I?
We're at split screen now, but no, I don't think that's it.
Okay. Sorry, guys. This is my fault. I totally took down his cameras, and now he doesn't know why. I'm so sorry. It's not these?
No.
What?
We can once we have just go there.
Okay.
There we go.
I'm so sorry, everyone. That's my fault.
I will try
I'm
to
sorry,
figure
Sean.
I'll try to figure out where it's all at.
I apologize.
You're fine.
So in your mat, these are the custom cards and minutes. Once again, it's going to walk you through all of those things. Shouldn't it just be that right there?
Should it be that?
If you click that.
This allows me to do
No, that. Okay.
No.
So you have here, it tells you to remove protective top sheet, slide back side of card under hard plastic, always align from top left. Okay, so the cards I'm using is this one. Can you zoom in at least? Or
oh,
no?
yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry. While you finish this. Okay, so this is the card I'm using. This is 10 cards. So when we open this up, it is going to give you not only the cards, but it's going to give you the inserts. Now, once again, if you want to make this out of your own cards and all that, you can. You don't need to use Cricut material. You can use whatever you like. But I will say this was kind of the thing that drew me to this machine. And the reason why is we all know sometimes to do a card is you just need to make one really quick. And this has all of your cards. They are, you have your envelopes. So this one comes with the red, the blue. Did you figure it out?
Yeah.
Sorry, Sean.
No, you're fine.
And then here's your insert cards, which is that. So we have everything ready. Let's grab my Cricut mat. You can follow the instructions if you want to. We're going to grab the blue one. And instruction 1 is going to tell us to... So first of all, we're going to remove our protective layer. We're going to put that off to the side because you're going to want to keep that. This will slide under here. Now what's unique about this is there is this layer in here that's not sticky. So this is not sticky, but the top is. So I'm just going to slide this all the way in until it won't go anymore and then lay this flat. I think this is ingenious. This is one of my favorite things about the machine. So we're going to be able to put this right in. We're going to load it. It's going to make sure it's loaded. And I think it's good. So now all I have to do is in Cricut Design Space, which we don't need to, unless you guys really want to see this, all we have to do is hit go. So it should start going. So we didn't have to hit load. The machine did all of that. And now it is going to start cutting the front of the card. So keep in mind, you're doing the front of the card at this point, and then we're going to end up folding it and then putting in the pen, and that's where it's going to write on the inside of the card. So once again, I only have the one Cricut thing. That's one thing. You can go on us for a sec while it's doing this.
Sure.
That's one thing that was interesting to me is they give you a mat, but they give you this mat. They don't give you the card mat. So if you want to make these insert cards right away and you love that feature, you're going to want to purchase that because it does not come with the machine unless you buy a bundle for the machine. I think this mat is really what makes this machine unique. You can hear how quiet it is.
Yeah, it's very quiet.
Yeah. And the tip on this, I always just grab a sticker, a piece of tape. Sean's pulling that tip up right now.
Yeah,
that lets you know what your front of your protective sheet is. And so for example, like Chalk Couture, they give us a sticker on the front that says attach this side up to protect your adhesive. Oh, you're fine, Sean. I can just show it this way. So they don't have that for Cricut, so you either put a sticker or something that says top. I just put a little tape on it and I write with a pen that just says top, so that way I know. So we're just going to go, because it will make your mat last longer. So as it cuts, we'll see how it cuts, and then these insert cards are really just, you insert them in. I love these. So here's the deal. The reason I fell in love with this portion of the machine is we used to go to Michael's when they would have their 70% out blowout, and I would stock up on their cards. And they would be cards, they came with envelopes, and I would use those as my card bases because for me, I don't want to score a card and try to get the line. So the fact that they give you the card, they give you the insert and the envelope, in my opinion, at $6.99 is a steal of a deal. And there's different ones. There's ones that come with 10 cards, there's some that come with 12 cards. It has the envelopes, and it will tell you what size of card they'll make. So this one's making the 4.25 card. So basically, it's going to be a standard A2 size card. All right, so we're going to go back to Cricut Design Space, and I'm going to share that desktop for you here in one sec. Okay, so we now have this on our screen. It says this is complete. So we're going to hit unload. It's going to connect to the joy. Look at this. Okay, just a sec. This one didn't have anything written in the inside, so we're just going to hit finish, and we would do that next. But we can go to this camera to show you what it is. So what's cool about this is we're going to go back to this camera, Sean.
I think we already are.
So now you can literally lift this portion up. And you just want to use your spatula, which I'm not doing, and I probably should be, because this is a brand new mat, never been used. So be very careful if you're not using the spatula. And we'll just take this portion out. Now this I want to leave there for a second. I'm going to show you why. But this, the fast way is you would just take this now, insert this, like so. And just like that. Look at that. So for me, this is one of the things that I loved about the machine right off the bat. Now this here, I want to show you, you can, I don't need to, but you can pick this up with transfer tape and still use this. So a lot of people will end up utilizing that as, you know, on something else. And that's where if you have the adhesive cardstock, it's super easy and nice. But I'm just going to get rid of it for now. This is just the extra large Cricut scraper. Okay, so just to show you on here, they do give you the different card sizes here. So you have, it's hard to see, there we go, 3.5 by almost 5, 4.25, 5.5, which is my favorite card size. That's the A2. And then you have 4.5 and 6.25. So you can really take your cardstock and score it, and it is good to go. So let's take a look at this. Isn't that really cute? Now, if you had wrote something on the inside, what's great about this is you would have just folded this underneath, like so. You would slide then this bottom part, like so, all the way in. And then, of course, I have the insert card in there, which you wouldn't have to do till the end. But you would just put this, and then it writes on the inside of your card. So that way, when it's done writing, you have a card ready to give. It takes literally seconds. So, any questions on that first? Sean, you can go up to us real quick, answer any questions, and then we'll take on to our next step.
Are you going to be going to the screen again?
No, now that I've showed them Cricut Design Space, we don't need that.
So I think you unlocked it and then it got rid of it, so I would have to redo it.
What do you mean?
It's not there anymore.
That's okay.
It's there, but it's not there.
I can use my Mac now. It's
so
not a big deal.
Joanne is asking, can't you use your Cricut Explorer or Maker to cut out the inserts at the same size instead of buying them?
You could, absolutely. So you can cut out on your Maker and utilize that. You can use a trimmer if you wanted to. But the card mat is one of those things that I thought was just, if you didn't have your Maker with you, this is a really cool way to quickly make a card that dazzles.
This is a quick. So Fatima asks, how many times can the mat be used before it loses stickiness? Don't know. There's a couple people that may have been saying that might know.
This to me, it feels very much so like the light grip mat. that they offer. And as long as you clean your mat, and there's many different ways, baby wipes and different stuff, you can get a good use out of it. My light grip mat I can use for months, depending on how much I use my machine. Definitely.
Another question: will they make a card mat to use in the Air 2 or Maker?
I doubt it. This machine is very much so a niche machine where Cricut basically said this is mobile, can go anywhere, craft anywhere. They made it seem like you would be able to take it room for room without any cords. It does not have a rechargeable battery in it, so it does need to be plugged in. But I don't think that they will be ever releasing something like that for the other machines.
Jerry Lynn asks, can you make inserts with your own paper trimmer?
Absolutely, yeah. So let's play with next the Deluxe Paper Adhesive Cardstock. So this I am very excited Cricut released. This here is essentially, can we go to this view?
You bet.
So essentially, let's open one of these up so you can see what it looks like. So Silhouette has had these for a long time, so has other companies. Essentially what it is it's going to feel a lot like infusible ink, but all they've really done is they've taken paper and put sticky on the back. So it's essentially, if you were to take your cardstock, run it through a Xyron, and you have that nice stickiness. So a couple of reasons I love this is, here, I'll show you. So we'll use this card as an example. I've done at least 20 on one mat. Wow.
Yeah, 20 on one mat already. Thanks, Judy.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I did buy all of these because this I think is awesome. So when I was more of a paper crafter and not as focused on other avenues, probably the number one thing I used my card machine for, that even Sean would attest to, was making cards. I loved it.
Yeah.
So one of my biggest frustrations of making cards, though, was either trying to find a way to glue it, or running it through my Xyron machine, or basically getting all the little pieces. And I'm hoping they release a lot more of these, and also in solid colors, because I think this is awesome. Yes.
So let's see, where did it go? Oh, there it is. Tanya asks, can you use this paper in a Cricut?
Yeah. Yeah, this one's definitely, you can use anywhere. It's going to be more sized for the Cricut Joy mat, which is what I'm using here. But you could use it with any. You are going to want to select the right settings with your Cricut Maker, because obviously with this having a mat, it is going to be a little different thickness and stuff. But
Laura says they've done around 45 cards before rotating it.
Okay, I'm going to get my computer out here real quick and bring up Cricut Design Space since it closed out. So you can go back up to us while I do that, Sean. So I will tell you, so when you were at the event, Sean, what was the thing that you saw that was like, okay, this is pretty cool?
Definitely the quickness of how to make a card. Right off the bat, boom, find your thing, boom, 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 and it's done. Like, what more do you need if you need to get a card done so quickly? Because so many people are saying, their child says, I need a card for my teacher. No problem. And luckily it was one of the people that at Cricut, they said, don't worry, I got one home, and boom, boom, 20 seconds later she had a card and off she went to school. The ability to be able to make these very long banners and stuff, I mean, obviously you can go only so wide, but still, how long these things is, what, 20 feet? Amazing. Even some people were making stuff where they're using permanent vinyl that goes on their cars or their windows, and it can be, instead of just a little piece, they can make a nice long piece. So it was very awesome. The label making was awesome.
So I'm just gonna bring in a few little things here to show what I love about this cardstock. So we're going to make sure that my Cricut Design Space knows that we're working with the Joy, and we are also making sure that we choose the right mat. Now, how do you know, Sean, which mat to use?
I think it depends on...
Can we go on this view?
Absolutely.
So if you've chosen your Cricut Joy and you basically go in and say cut, your Cricut Design Space is going to prompt you to say, what are you cutting? It's going to say, are you cutting without a mat, on a mat, or on a card mat? Now, if you're cutting without a mat, you will know that that only works for the word smart. So if you have something that says smart on it, that means you can cut it on without a mat. So we do not need a mat, which we'll show you this here in a sec when we dive into this. If you are cutting on any other material, you're going to need a mat. Or if you're using the insert cards or that card, you can use the card mat. So in our case, we're using the adhesive back deluxe paper. Now we know that this is not a smart material. Sean, how? How do we know this isn't a smart material?
This one here?
Yeah.
Because it is probably does not say anything about a smart
Yep.
material.
So basically, it's very important to look. Deluxe paper, smart iron-on. That's going to be your indication. So I do love the simplicity of the machine in letting people know that, hey, this is going to be easy. So I'm going to select that we are doing it on a mat. And I am going to also, going to let them know that I'm using the longer mat. So there is a shorter mat and then there's a longer mat. Now all I have to do is put this on my mat.
While you're doing that, RMM says, I'm making the alphabet design to put on my 18-year-old granddaughter in a room, and I can make it in one long piece. So true.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that.
This reminds me, for those of you who have known me for a while, they used to have a little tiny machine called the Cricut Create. It was actually Allie's first machine that Sean made fun of her for, which we won't talk about that, huh? When Allie got the Cricut Joy, the Cricut Create, I got the Imagine, the Imagine. And Sean came in one day and he was like, oh, wow, Allie, your machine looks so small compared to Kenny's. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen. All right, so I'm going to hit continue. And all I'm doing is cutting a little shape here. And I'm going to make sure my Cricut Joy is paired with my laptop because we have paired it to the computer so it can find it. So it's searching for it. We're going to bring this so you guys can see it. So my laptop is searching for the Cricut Joy Bluetooth, and then once it finds it, we'll load it and cut these.
Jamie's got another tip here. The adhesive on the card mat is very soft and will stick to the blade, causing fuzzy cuts. After every 5 cuts or so, clean the blade.
There you go.
Thanks, Jamie.
My Mac takes forever to connect to Bluetooth, and I don't know why, because on the iMac, quick.
Boom.
Boom. Boom chakalaka.
Yeah, I know.
So
somebody says, how wide can this cut? It's limited to 4 1/4, obviously this way.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were cutting something a little different, if you were cutting this width, obviously the width of the object could be fairly long, but obviously it's going to be kind of squished. But it could be longer.
Come on, Bluetooth.
Hey, Ken. Solely Joe Moore.
Hi.
Yep, love my little Cricut Create.
You still have the Cricut Create?
Still used to love my cartridges.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to see if I can quickly. Our Wi-Fi back here, you guys, is not happy.
It's not a happy bat.
So I'm just going to quickly do it over on here, unless you see it connect.
I don't know if it,
it will do that. So
isn't this supposed to turn blue?
Well, it's not connecting because of our Wi-Fi back here. We do not get good Wi-Fi service back here, and because of that,
still have
nothing.
But it should be fine because it's just Bluetooth. It's just talking to here to here.
I don't know why it does this though. See how quickly it connected?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna choose the deluxe paper adhesive back, and it's gonna tell us that we need our fine point blade. And did you share our desktop again?
No, I'm not. We are not sharing it. What we're seeing here is what.
I get so confused when this. So all I'm going to do is load the mat. I don't have to press load mat or anything. It does it. And then I'm going to have Sean move these out of the way here. And so it's just basically making sure my mat is aligned. So now all we have to do is hit
go.
Go. So treat this like vinyl or iron-on. Whatever you don't use on the adhesive back cardstock, I would definitely save because it is still usable, all the stuff that we're using down here. But I just kind of wanted to show you what the feature of this is. So this, I think, in my mind, it comes into play for outside of cards. I'm using it on a card. But if you're making a bulletin board, if you are making a school project or something, this is, you can hit unload, Sean. This is a great feature of the machine.
So Ava has a quick question. She says, if you already have a Cricut and love to make cards, should I buy this?
It depends. I mean, this one is going to be very, very compact. It's going to be something that I think a lot of people, card makers, love. But it's up to what you use your machine for now. Like the maker obviously is going to cut fabric. It's going to do print and cut. So it's going to do things that this machine's not going to do. I do not think that this, so you can see, we just peeled that off. It's basically a sticker.
Hey, look at that.
So we can put it, of course, on the card. We have the heart here, and so we can do this. And the adhesive on it is pretty good. Feel that, Sean?
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, it's really good. So this isn't just, you would be able to make your, you could make the, something for your joy. You could put it on a computer.
Look at that. Just the permanent one?
Deluxe paper. No, you're thinking of a vinyl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So there you are. That's the adhesive back. So I really love this. This is something I'm so glad Cricut's embracing, because it is something that I've loved from other companies in the past, and it just gives you a little bit more control. Now, a lot of people will tell you, well, you don't need to buy special paper. That's true. Ken Oliver has a thing called Stickums. Other people have their own product where you basically put a layer of double adhesive back on the back of a cardstock, and it basically creates what we just did here. The only difference is you're going to put it on and have a protective layer, where this has a grid on the back. So a little different, but you get the point. All right, so we've shown you that. We've shown you the adhesive. Sean, do you want to do vinyl or do you want to do iron-on next?
Let's do some iron-on.
Okay. Well, I don't know if we have anything to iron on with, but because I didn't prepare that far ahead of this, that was going to be for my other one, but that's okay.
Let me think for a second if we have something.
It's fine. We can just print it and stuff. Okay, so here is the Smart Iron-On, and we have the holographic that I bought because I love holographic, and we also have the sampler. So I'll have Sean switch over there.
Mm-hmm.
I had another sampler and I don't know where it went.
Which, you know what's funny, Angela? She says if you get a Wi-Fi extender, that should help with your connection back here. The router is literally 10 feet right there. Line of sight. It's within line of sight.
I think it's because this room is surrounded by concrete.
Yeah, it's all concrete.
And it possibly could be haunted. Let's be honest. You can go up to us for a sec.
Yeah, go ahead.
We are going to use this. Now, I did not purchase all of the iron-on yet because it comes in all of the different colors. I do have the different categories down there. So there is what we're using right now, which is the Smart Iron-On, but there is also Pattern Iron-On. Pattern Iron-On will look just like... Here, we can go to this camera.
Absolutely.
This one, so once again, this is the Smart Pattern Iron-On. So if it is the, once again, you're looking for that word smart on that. Oh, excuse me. I had the hiccups from my...
Do you like iron-on or infusible ink better, says Ava?
I personally, I probably like infusible ink better. That's just me, but iron-on is going to be able to go on to darker shirts, where infusible ink, it's a little harder to do that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so here is a pattern. Now,
ooh, that's bright.
It is very bright, right?
Yeah.
Now, this is Smart Iron-On, and I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to feel a difference in the thickness.
Oh, yes.
So this is what allows it to not have a mat. This is what allows it to be able to be fed directly into the machine, compared to other iron-on that you're not going to feel that. So I'm going to use yours over here just to bring in a design. So give me one sec here, since my other happy, or non-happy, I should say, machine that doesn't want to be nice and play nice with me.
There was another question, but I went by it too fast. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was the...
I don't remember. I have to go back to it. Somebody was asking, but I got to go back to it.
So let's do just...
Is all the iron-on Smart Iron-On? Or do they have just normal iron-on where you have to use a Because you don't have to use a...
So not all iron-on is smart. I mean, all of the Cricut Joy should be smart, but not all of it is going to be essentially smart unless it says smart on it. So you really want to make sure you are reading exactly what the box says. That's where it's going to tell you. So I am going to make some adjustments here. And let's go ahead. Sorry guys, it's so hard to do this with all these overlays.
Sorry.
No need to apologize.
It's supposed to go right on top, but I think because it's not being used as a screen share, that's why it's doing it.
Understood. So let's go ahead and detach, just so I don't have to. There we go. So these should be enough to do that. I'm just going to attach these really quick, and we are going to hit make it. There you go, Shawnee.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right, so this one here won't need the mat. I still might need to make some adjustments because I'm using a design that is not going to fit all on here. So can you go back to Cricut Design Space? I'm so sorry, Shawnee.
You're fine.
We're just going to...
You can actually close this one out because I can get to it much faster if you need to.
It's okay. We're live, Sean. This is what it's like to be live, right? Okay, so we're going to select that this is smart material, so it's without a mat. And now we can hit continue. It's going to look for the Cricut Joy, so we can show you guys that.
This one's called Smart.
Smart, just Smart Iron-On.
There it is right there.
Yep. So, what do we need to make sure if we're doing an iron-on, Shawnee?
You want to make sure that whatever you're doing is mirrored.
Yeah, that's really important, isn't it?
Yes, I'm trying to see if it's on there.
Yes, it's right there. So, you want to make sure mirror is turned on. Iron-on material is face shiny side down. So,
that's what it looks like, right?
Did you mirror it?
I'm still
hit
trying.
edit.
Oh, there we go.
And then you're going to hit
Mirror.
Yep, you got it.
There we go. Now we
okay,
got
now if you guys ever have any issues and you're not sure if you need to mirror it, you can always go into...
Do you want this to be seen?
Yeah, let's go ahead and show this so that they can see it.
Okay.
Let me go. I'm sorry. Let me get to where I want it, and then you can
see if we can't get it to work. I don't know why. Like I said, somehow it got unlocked, and then it just went away.
Okay.
But I can get it. I can get it going.
Let me go ahead and go into the project, though. If you could do it now, that'd be great.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Can I just shrink this?
Sure.
Okay.
Go for it, Shawnee. You do you, boo.
All right. So I need to go to screen share, which is that. Unlock. And this should be...
There you go. Good.
Yeah, but this should not be there, so...
I think you have to, don't you have to go to up there just to hit the camera option? There you go.
Entire screen.
Perfect.
There we go. Lock this so it doesn't go anywhere.
You're a genius,
Now
Sean.
you should be able to pull this up.
Perfect.
Just click
Thank you.
that.
You're awesome. So this is what we're making. I'm not going to make the whole hustle part, but anytime you're doing a project, Cricut's done a really good job on making sure everything is exactly what. So preparation is, if you want to alter the project, you need to customize it. Tip, for help mirroring the image, select the link below. So that's what I love about it. So if you're not sure, you're sitting there, because believe me, there are people that are like, do I need to mirror this? I'm not sure. You can just go to their article and it's going to tell you to mirror it. What's great about Cricut that I love is a little alert it gives you when we're doing this. So we can now go back. I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of this and go back to my mat. And where's my mat? I don't want to do new project. Where's my mat? Oh, well, I guess I can. Now I can just go to my projects and grab that.
Actually, I think it might be behind that one.
Oh, is that where it went?
It almost looks like it is behind there because you can see another one right back here.
No, that's the actual,
okay.
Yeah. Okay, so now you guys know how you can do that. We're doing our smart material. I've already adjusted this because obviously I am not cutting it to waste all of my... So we're going to hit continue. So this is where it's going to connect to the Joy. And what I was saying is you're going to be able to see if that alert, it will basically tell you that, hey, you're going to want to. So I'm basically going to say this is a smart iron-on. Make sure your mirror is turned on. So if you get to this point and you have that warning, you're going to hit edit, mirror, done. And now your project has mirrored.
Mm-hmm.
So now all we have to do is go. So this doesn't need to be on a mat. You can see it's just here. Now it says it needs to be shiny side down. So this is, I think, where people get confused because most people are so used to putting color up. We want to make sure we put it down because this is going to end up getting iron. So this here is the actual iron-on goodness. This shiny, the reason it's shiny like that is that's your protective sheet. So when you're actually pressing this, yeah, when you press this, the carrier sheet. So we're going to want to make sure that this is face down. We're letting the Cricut Joy take it. It is great because it's checking the length to make sure we have enough. So if you are doing a huge project, you know, 5 feet or something, it's going to check to make sure you have enough. And we have our fine point blade, so we can just hit go.
And it's right down here. Go.
Yeah. Now you will notice this does not have the double time cut that some of you are used to on the other machines. So keep that in mind. But as I had said earlier, this machine is really, I feel, you can go up on us for a while, geared towards the beginner crafter. I think that this is kind of geared towards people that essentially may not know much about paper crafting or this, but they want to make, a lot of people when they start out, they want to make cards or they want to make t-shirts or little vinyl projects. They're not looking at the, I might want to cut fabric or wood or metal or aluminum or engrave, deboss. All of that is further in their crafting adventures. So this really is a machine I could see that a lot of beginners like. I took Jasmine, my assistant, who sadly is laid off, but she still is my friend, and asked her. She has been with me now for 2 years here at Ken's Kreations, so she's seen what the Maker can do. She's seen what Cricut Explorer Air 2 can do, and she's now seen what the Joy can do. And I said, which machine would you buy? Without hesitation, she said the Joy. And I said, why? She says, it's cute, it's small, and it does the work for me. So essentially, I don't have to worry about all of the other things that come with the Maker and all of it was almost overwhelming her. This was compact. She says, I could do it, bring it down on the table to do a kid's project, to do my kids' school project. A lot of the benefit for her was compact, easy, and cute. I never thought I would hear people making a decision based on cuteness, but I think it's because it came out the same time Yoda did.
Yes.
Baby Yoda. So if they would have changed this machine to Baby Yoda color, whew, it would have really, oh yes, sorry.
Bill, do they come in longer lengths?
Yes, yes. If you go on the any of the links that I give you down below, they do come in different lengths. All right, so we should be done. What is our, it says unload.
Unload.
And then all we have to do is weed it. So this is really cool because we did not use a mat to cut this, as many of you saw. I do want to be pretty upfront in saying that this is not a revelation in any ways of, you know, other machines have done matless cutting. Other machines have, you can even technically cut without a mat on the Maker. There's videos on it. I haven't done one. But it's not anything that's revolutionary, but it is something that is cool. It's definitely something that the mat, that's what it is they had to figure out the mat thickness to make sure that it could do it without the mat. Because if you were to take, let's say, Orifal or Siser, Siser's a perfect example. If you were going to take their iron-on, which is HTV, you would end up cutting it on which mat, Sean?
You would probably use that one on the blue one.
Yeah, like the light grip mat or something like that. So it would be like the same as if you're doing it. Look at all this iron-on I'm wasting. So sad.
Nancy asks, can you connect the Joy to a laptop? Yes, because that's what we were doing. We're using our actual laptop here to connect.
I will say, we were using that. I decided not to use my phone because our Wi-Fi sometimes not as good back here. But I have been a big proponent of always using my laptop or my phone or my like iPad. But the first project I did on this, I used my phone and I actually loved it. It's quick, it connects easy, it's great. All right, so then all we would have to do, you want to show them this one? Yeah, thank you. All we would have to do is place it on whatever and iron it.
Awesome.
Voila!
Somebody, Judy was asking a question, which I'm not sure what this means. Does your cutting tool magnetize to your Joy machine?
Does your tool magnetize?
Your cutting tool...
Is she talking about this?
I'm assuming.
So are you talking about when you take this, like you're going to take the blade out to replace it? It does, if that's what you're asking. So there is a magnet deep down in here that when you drop it in, it connects to it. And then it just is a clamp style. So it just goes down in there as a clamp style. All right, so we've done the iron-on. Vinyl is essentially the same thing. It's just utilizing... you're not going to mirror it. Let's have fun with the...
I'm hoping we're still connected. I haven't gotten a new comment in a while.
Uh-oh, let me look.
Both Facebook or YouTube.
I think so. According to Restream.
There's me.
Yeah, so I think we're connected.
Sorry to ask. Usually you guys are just chat.
Maybe they're just taking in this whole joy and they're just, you know...
loving it all.
They're floored and amazed. Maybe they all left and are shopping using our links. You just never know, Sean.
Never know.
I think we're live, but maybe not.
I hope so.
If we're live, guys, let us know. Hopefully.
Yeah, somebody say something. Either FaceTime or YouTube or
yeah,
Facebook.
We're still live.
Sweet.
Yeah, we're still live.
Okay.
We're good. We're good, people.
It's
all good, Sean, but thank you for checking on us. Is it because you can't see comments anymore?
The comments must have stopped because I am not... These are not on there.
Oh. Did your comment stop?
Nancy Briggs was my last comment.
Oh, no.
Yeah, everybody says we're live.
Where do you get your comments normally?
Just grab that, and it just opens up the window.
Oh, that's weird.
Yep.
Okay, do you want me to use my laptop?
I'm going to have to now, because I don't know.
Here you go. Let me get this ready for Sean again, everyone, because he's monitoring comments, so I'm going to pop out this chat for him. I don't know why that would have done that.
Nope, neither do I. Usually it's the Restream problem, which it could be. I mean, Restream could be...
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows,
yeah,
Sean?
Robin Bodrick was my last one.
Robin, you were it. You were the last one.
Your laptop probably wouldn't connect because your desktop was connected to the Joy.
Oh, you're probably right. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Good call. All right, Jonathan.
All right.
Here you go.
Give me a second, everybody, and I'll try to catch up here.
All right.
On any questions.
So, let's talk about the Smart Label. I love this, and I love the concept behind it. It does, smudge-proof-wise, essentially work. If your fingers are wet, we learned the hard way that it will smear on us. At least it did for us. If you have not had that...
So somebody was saying the whole housing sticks to the top of a corner of the Joy. Magnet sheets a thing to make sure.
The whole...
door.
I don't understand what that means. Is that what they're talking about?
Let's see if I can find something else.
I guess I'm confused on what that is.
Yes, the blade unit will stick to the upper right side of the Joy, and it's really cool. Yes, the blade unit will stick to the upper right side of the Joy.
What am I missing?
I have no idea. Yes, it stands up perfectly on the edge of the right side. It says Mama Disney. Is this so it's holding it while you've got a pen? Maybe? No, I don't think that. I think the entire housing. Does it somewhere around here?
Okay.
Upper right corner.
Right?
Upper right corner.
What am I missing, guys? Where's my people?
Here, hold on. We go to our...
On the foot when open. On the foot when opened? I am not getting what you guys are laying down.
It doesn't work on mine, though, so I don't think all the magnets are...
Yeah, the magnets on some of the machines are backwards, and it will stick to the door in the corner when it's open. The corner when it's open.
Oh, there we go.
I get it. It's kind of wonky. I see what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
So there's a magnet right here. That is so. I guess if you're
maybe if you're trying to write something, you have somewhere to put it.
I see what you guys. I did not know that. That's a
somebody
fun fact.
said. Somebody I remember way earlier. They said that magnet is backwards, so it repels it and so it sticks it.
Oh
so
no, that's not
good. The magnet
good.
was placed in backwards, which is kind of bizarre.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Which it shouldn't. If this is just metal, it doesn't matter if it's a north or south, it should just automatically stick. But if there's an actual magnet in this, which it is because of the needle going in there, it would have to be the right way. As she said, he texted you a photo. Thanks.
Right now?
Yeah, he just said Ken texted you a photo.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Thanks, Ashish.
Thanks, Ashish.
Oh, look at that. He did.
Oh! His is on that.
His is up here. Oh, look at that! That makes sense to me. Thanks, Ashish.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very interesting. So that makes sense because you have the magnet here that's keeping that closed. That is brilliant. Okay, now I'm getting it. Okay, so look at that. So here's the photo I will show you. It's just to hold it for you guys. Here's the photo. Can they see that, Jonathan? I don't know where I'm at. Yeah, they can.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's this one, right?
So here you go. But it looks like it was also. That's interesting. I did not know that feature, and that is absolutely amazing.
Awesome.
All right,
thank you.
We are going to make the smart labels. Now, keep in mind the smart labels, you guys, are kind of designed. This was one of those things also. The card map blew my mind when I was at the event, and so did the smart labels. Here's the deal. The smart labels, you guys all know that labels. Do you need me?
No.
Am I in your way?
Am I in your way? Are we where you want to be?
I'm exactly where I want to be.
Okay.
We're staying home and we're staying safe.
We're staying home. Yes, we are.
Stay home, stay safe.
Yes.
All right. So here's another thing. So we have this. So remember, guys, the smart. That's your key. Sean, what does the smart mean?
Smart means you do not need a mat. Yeah, you just put it in there, which is awesome.
Yes. So this here is probably the second thing that I loved. Hands down, the number one thing I loved about this machine besides was the card mat. This is a home run. This was ingenious. Whoever came up with this idea deserves award of the year if you have one. This, in my mind, is what I went into the Joy event saying, I don't think I'm going to buy this, to I need this because this can make a card in seconds. But then I also loved this, which is the smart label, and this is writable vinyl. Now keep in mind, this is different than in the past when Cricut has had vinyl that was print and cut and stuff like that. This still has its glossiness, and you're gonna see here, there is a side, and so it's got this thicker mat on it, so you're going to have, so let's go ahead. Sean is a big time baker. And a cook. So let's make labels for your things. And we're going to go ahead. We are ready. It's already connected to my Joy. It connects very quick. And what I love about this, you guys, this is simple. There is no buttons. There's no load. There's no go. The machine does it all for you. So we're going to go ahead and connect to the Joy.
Okay.
Let it connect. There we go. We're going to go ahead and pick. Now, remember, we need to make sure that we pick the so this is...
Do you want this to be seen?
Oh, I keep forgetting. No, I think we're good.
Okay.
So does give us a warning. Yeah, now I do, because it gave me a warning.
Okay.
Because I want people to see that.
Sure.
Sorry, Sean.
You're fine.
Sean's like, I can't keep up with you, dude. All right.
There you go.
Awesome. Thank you, Sean. So we picked, just so you guys know, we did pick the Smart Label Writable Vinyl. It's very important to know the difference because there is paper, which is a craft-looking kind of paper. So we're going to pick the writable vinyl. Now, always look for these alerts. Gel pens and metallic markers are not recommended for this material. Do you know why?
Because that kind of ink does not become permanent on there.
Yes.
Won't work.
Correct. So just always check your alerts and just check your things. So it's telling us to load our pen first. So
okay, let's go back to our camera.
So are we back on our camera, Jonathan?
Yep.
Thanks, Shawnee. So we're gonna go and take this out and look at that. Okay, that's pretty cool. It's simple things that really makes Ken happy.
I know.
So we're going to go ahead and place our pen in. And now I'm going to take this down. A lot of people have asked me, Ken, why can't I use my other pens with it? And I'm going to show you right here. See this, how it has this little notch? That is a perfect fit right there.
Somebody says they have a hack for that for other pens.
Just try it out, but first, I've had other companies send me their things, their hacks and stuff, and they're kind of Willy Wonka-ish. Not saying that they're not good, they're just a little Willy Wonka-ish. All right, so we have the fine tip blade in there. We're going to go ahead and load it. Do you know what it's doing, Sean?
It's making sure that this is smart material.
And
how long it is.
Yes. So I love that feature. So when I first played around with this machine, I was thinking to myself, well, how is it going to know if we have enough material? What if we run out of material? How frustrating would that be? And then it did that, and the computer told me, hey, it's checking the length of the material. So for me, a lot of this machine going into it, I wasn't impressed because I was like, okay, I feel like it's a cash grab. I kept saying that. A lot of the stuff that I didn't see on the back end of what was happening in the computer was the moments of me saying, okay, I kind of get this now. I kind of get the target demographic market and stuff. Okay, Sean, you could go ahead and...
Okay, I'm going to just go here. So as we all know, the go button's way down here in the lower
I'm going to turn it though, Sean, to where the vinyl it can sit up here because I don't want it to pull.
We're going to go ahead. Are you ready?
Yep, you can go back to the camera though so they can see this being done, if you don't mind.
Yep, it's already there.
There you go. So I have it out here just in case, and now it is going to write.
Start writing.
So you can see it's writing. I'm going to go ahead and go up here to us again so we can answer questions. So, perfect. So a couple things, guys, is this machine is a machine that kind of caught me by surprise. I went into it not understanding it, and I was like, I don't get it. I went to the event and I loved certain features of it, but I still didn't quite understand it. And then when I started talking to non-crafters, my assistant Jasmine, my really good friend Mariah, all these people that have always reached out to me and said, hey, can you recommend a machine to me? And I would say, oh, I think a great starting out machine is Cricut Explore Air 2. When this machine came out, a lot of non-crafters reached out and said, I saw that little machine. What is that and what does it do? There was a huge interest outside of crafters. And let's be honest, that's the frame of mind I'm stuck in is I'm a crafter. I do everything with crafting, and I've been doing things with Cricut since 2008. So for me, I look at it and I say, well, I'm going to get the maker because of A, B, C, D.
Sure.
But when I get my mindset and think about it through the eyes of a Jasmine or someone that's never bought a Cricut, I get the, okay, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Very, very cool. Fatima asks, how does it cut glitter stock? We've never cut glitter stock, so I don't know.
This is our first time actually taking it out of the box and diving deep. It's our first look. I will be throwing some stuff at it when we do our in-depth review. I know that it has glitter. There is a glitter iron-on and stuff, so I would anticipate good, but I haven't tested it, so I can't tell you precisely. I'm sure Melody has. You could check out her videos, Melody Lane. I'm sure she has. She's It was interesting just kind of talking to other people about this machine because it kind of is a testament to less is more. And the way you have to think of it, and this is what caught me also kind of by surprise, is a lot of our generations coming into the market are minimalists. They don't want clunky, they don't want big, they don't want something that dedicates a room to it. And I do see the idea of this is super light, you can hold it in the palm of your hand, take it anywhere, and it's what I think is amazing about this machine is what you don't see. So what you don't see, the technology on the inside is what, unless you are, a product expert that's getting all that training, at first glance, you don't see that.
Not at all.
And stuff like that, the magnet holding onto it, I didn't see that and stuff. So little things like that actually go a long way in our market.
Perfect. So Jamie says, Fatima, I have cut Cricut glitter stock and glitter iron-on and shimmer adhesive. All of them cut great. Thank you, Jamie.
Appreciate you.
You bet.
So here are some of the pens that I bought. Sean's going to do it. So remember, this is what it was saying. Hey, metallic markers might not work best for this, or the gel pen. So these are the pens that would work. These are the 0.4 pens. When you're looking at the pens, either at Target or Cricut or Amazon, it's going to tell you what pens they are, because they are going to have pens, they are going to have gel pens, they're going to have markers, and then they're going to have infusible ink pens. So these are going to be pens that are designed for infusible ink and are going to be able to be used with the Joy. So very cool on that.
Very much so.
I probably could have done less labels while I was doing
but
this.
Oh well.
So while it is still doing that, I saw the question come through. So I'll go ahead and open this. Someone wanted me to open the pattern iron-on. So here is the pattern iron-on. And it has the sheets in between it. So now pattern iron-on is pattern, obviously. It's got the adhesive back on that. So it does have a little bit of a different feel to it. I would probably say I don't use pattern iron-on as much as other stuff, because I tend to if I'm going to go pattern, I tend to start going towards the infusible ink patterns. Because I love infusible ink, you guys, is just this really vibrant product that, in my opinion, it changed kind of the sublimation market, because a lot of people didn't know what that was. They came out with infusible ink, and now Cricut users definitely know what it is, and it's awesome. All right, so that is a show for you guys there.
We're halfway done.
We're halfway done. Sorry, I probably should have made it.
This shows you how long.
Yes.
So, by using a roll, you can definitely do a long, nice long piece.
So here is the smart label. This is the writable paper permanent adhesive back.
Ooh, paper.
So this is like the adhesive cardstock we showed you for the card we did that you can put everywhere. And let me just show you what it looks like. So it is actual cardstock, kind of craft material. So it's got this, so you're not going to need it. It's smart label, so we know that that is matless cutting. And this is your typical paper cardstock. Let me feel it off of it. Very, very thin, which is very nice, because you want it to be able to wrap around jars or labels, and it is going to be permanent and stuff. So this one here,
this will look really nice. I like that look.
I know, isn't this nice? It's a nice look.
Now, is this white or is this clear? When you do, is this a
it's white?
It's a white. Okay.
It is white.
I think there's
great question.
I think there's a clear one, isn't there?
I don't believe there is.
Anybody know?
I don't believe there is. I looked at everything on. There could be one coming, maybe, but this is what we have for right now. So my pen, in certain spots, is not drawing all the way. I've heard tricks before that said before you use any pens, you should do a little test and kind of scribble it out. You know, so it could be also the pen itself doesn't have as much ink in it.
All right, I'm going to come over here and see if there's any. Kenny, it seems slow, or is it just me? Kristen Dang.
I mean, it could seem slow because we're so used to now the amazing advances we've had in cutting stuff twice. I mean, when we do vinyl and iron-on and cardstock using the Cricut Explorer Air 2 and the Maker, it has the twice as fast feature, and I think we've all come accustomed to that. So I would say it seems slower than normal. Yep. Would you?
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Although I'm seeing that it's having a little.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if it's the pen. That will be something we're gonna have to work out before we do our review video, because it's not drawing around the perimeter. So I don't know if that's just the pen or if that's something else.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to hear if anyone else has had that issue.
Thanks, Ashish, for popping in.
Thanks, Ashish. Have a good day.
Have a good one. And thank you for the nice words.
Thank you for the photo, because my mind's blown that I wasn't understanding it, and that's very ingenious. The Joy writing is a tiny bit slower than in the Maker, but cutting is really fast. Good to know. Thanks, Jamie.
Thank you, Jamie.
And you guys, I did pick a pretty aggressive file, so sorry about that.
83%. I'm trying to see if there was any other. Does the Joy do print and cut?
It does not.
No.
So in order for a machine to do print and cut, you're going to see right here in the carriage that it will have an optical eye built into it. So it's going to have like the Cricut Maker, the Cricut Explorer Air 2. Inside of where the blade, you have that dual carriage, and you put the pen, like the blade on one side and possibly the score tool on the other side. In between there that you can't see is an optical eye. That optical eye is what goes and scans everything to pick up the registration marks for your print and cut. So this doesn't have it built into this. So I will be honest, I love print and cut? I do. I don't use it as much as I used to in the past. I like the look of a layered cardstock piece or something that it's just on the perimeters. I don't know what the deal is.
Oh, it's almost like it's not pressing her all the way down for it. I don't know. Kind of bizarre. I mean, it did well in the beginning part.
Yeah, I don't know. It could just be our pen.
Yeah. All right, 95%, almost done. And then we'll show you what we saw. Well, then it's going to cut. Oh, yeah, but the cut should be pretty quick.
The cut should be pretty quick. So, interesting that it is... I'd be interested to see those that have the Joy and have had it for a little bit of time. Did your pen do that? I am using the pen that came with the box.
It says it should also do that over here on this corner, too.
It does.
Yeah, this way, because this goes all the way over.
Because that's where all of the magnets are. And so for people that were saying that their magnets are backwards, I wonder if it's because they're putting it down here. But up here, it's doing it just fine. Okay, so our machine is telling us we are good to change it. So we're going to put our lid back on. We have our cut, and we are going to go ahead. Are you just trying to show them?
Just show them what it looks like.
So go ahead and hit go, and now it should cut. While it's doing that, we'll go back to the screen. Here is the transfer tape. I got a lot of questions on transfer tape. And how are you going to apply it, let's say, to a wall with the transfer tape if it's so small? This transfer tape comes in very long rolls for if you are doing a very long project on vinyl or something like that. So definitely look at that.
So yeah, as you guys can see, and unfortunately I'm zoomed all the way in, I believe.
Well, we'll show it once it's done cutting. It's a lot faster cutting.
Go up just a little bit.
What am I doing? Oh.
That was his last comment. All right. Yeah, you can definitely see how much faster this is cutting, and it's almost done.
I will say that the pen thing it very much could be just a bad pen, because but we haven't used the pen, but maybe it just sat in the box. I don't know. We could definitely try it with a different pen and see, but I'll show you guys here now that we're done.
All right, so let me get.
So Sean's going to be able to go ahead and hit unload. All right, I'm going to cut it right here just because we have extra material and I don't want that to go to waste. And the great thing is we have a line back here to where I can...
Just cut it right there.
Oh, wow. You can really tell the difference in
cutting
the mat just because it's so... So what we were showing you is our pen did okay on the letters, but it didn't really on the other. And that's surprising to me. I don't know why it would do that. I haven't seen anyone else's do that, but it could just be, you know, unfortunately every once in a while, that weed's really nice. Wow, that weed's really nice. So the claim to fame on this is, and I don't know if necessarily they've said it officially that it is smear proof, but do I have something I could put this on?
I'm gonna put it on your jar. Or that.
A jar?
Yeah, one of these.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, I should do it on the color.
On the color.
Here, let's do it on this color. So it's thin enough to where it should just easily go on a jar. So here's what it is. So you can see I'm doing this and it's not smearing, which is very awesome. It's definitely got this formation. Now, if you picked up some water or stuff like that, like here you can see, even that isn't making it smear. It might have a little bit of a smear, but not much from what it would normally have on a marker. So that to me was the second thing I was blown away with on the Joy, was the fact that it did this really nice. You can see right here, it's just a slight, let me see if I can show you. It's not even picking up on camera. You can barely see it right there. There's just a scotch of smearing on it, but not bad. And my finger was completely wet on that.
Yeah,
so
most of the time, I think all in all, it does quite well. It's not like you're going to go and grab the label with soaking wet hands.
Correct.
And stuff, you know.
So I will address this and try it with another pen because that surprises me. I haven't had that happen, but not saying it won't happen. So, all right, guys. So that is at first kind of look. I know this was a little bit of a longer video, but I really wanted you guys to see it as we were learning it too. Yep. Because guess what? That's when we really do learn the most. When you walk through the machine and you are diving deep. I would have never known that magnet trick, which is a great trick. Yep. And just kind of learning the machine. So we will be posting our full review of the machine next week. That will be a condensed version, kind of looking at everything. Playing with the machines, definitely this machine is dialed in and basically has features, and it does those features very well. I.e. the insert cards with the card mat, genius. Writable on labels and the craft paper is very big perk. And the fact that it is very compact, easy to move, and Cricut Design Space really does walk you through all of the necessary steps. The biggest cons, in my opinion, are probably going to be cons for existing Cricut users. If you are brand new to Cricut, you're okay buying the machine and the different things. But if you are a Cricut person and you bought everything for a machine, you are going to have to buy the stuff different for this. But here's the deal, guys. That's the same with anything. For example, when we buy a new iPhone, I have to go out and buy a new case. I have to usually, remember when iPhone went from a 30 pin to the lightning cable, we had to buy all new accessories. Yeah. It's not just towards Cricut. I think that's in general the technology that we live in is sometimes when you buy stuff, when we bought our MacBook Pro, it just had USB-C connections. I had to go out and buy all new either connectors or adapters. So what was a con for me going into the Cricut Joy event, when I left and kind of got out of that mindset, I was like, I kind of see it's a technology thing.
Yep, absolutely. So, it's nice. It definitely is a simple plug.
I will be honest. If I was, the number one reason I don't pull out my Cricut Maker is it's big. I have to get the cords. I do this. So if I'm making a card, I would absolutely grab this. If I'm doing very rarely do I do a big vinyl project that would require anything bigger than this.
Like how many cards do they have on there now? Well over 100.
Oh, well over 100.
Yeah.
Plus it's
you can create your own.
Oh yeah, because it's just using the slice feature and the writable feature. So So I hope this gave you guys a good look. For everyone interested, if you have questions, let me know. But as always, we'll definitely do a full in-depth review for you guys. I'm really excited. The one thing Cricut never ceases to amaze me on is their technology and them thinking ahead of time.
Yep.
The last machine I had obviously was the Cricut Imagine, and that was a big miss for people. But they've definitely delivered on releasing really good technology. The Easy Press, now the Joy. I could easily... I'll be honest with you, the reason I haven't done more infusible ink projects is the fact that I have to grab my maker and it's a big machine and then I have to cut down the infusible ink. Well, now with the infusible ink being this size, you're saving a lot more on it. So
yeah, absolutely.
Any other questions before
I'm
we leave,
kind of
Sean?
trying to run through here since we didn't have our thing. Unfortunately, we're sorry about that. What about washing it? Are we talking about... Because that came out as soon as we.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So Kelly, I'm not sure what you mean. Got a baby wipe. Looks like it's doing here.
Let me then wipe it down. So yeah, it's gonna smear if you put
some
a lot of white on it.
But it's still kind of there.
But it's not to the point where you can't. It still is fine. I mean, it's not...
Yeah. Can you go back to replace the pen and redo what you've done? Probably. That would be I think it'd be very hard to make sure it's...
I mean, you possibly could because of that, but I would just... I'm going to try that on the pen before we do our in-depth review, but because it's interesting. Most of the letters it did fine. The pen itself...
I did notice that because it's rolled up and it's kind of domed, and it's running in there. It's pushing up and down on that. I think you almost want this out a little bit.
Yeah,
let it be a little more of a flat, but it's still...
Because the pen itself, as you see here, it's a great pen. It's doing what it needs to do. So Sean could very much have a point that it was just the curvature of that. So I'm gonna say that was probably... You could be on a good point.
What kind of a blade is this? Is this a...
It's a fine point premium blade, which is their German carbide blade. Yeah. So it's the same thing that's in the maker. It's just shorter, so everything's smaller. It's a smaller little guy. All right.
Okay, let's see if there's anything else off the top of my head.
So I will say, and I've said this. Here, let's go on to this. So for me,
it said, I'm sorry, they did say, it's hard to interrupt. They said if you push pause, check your pen and put it back in, it should pick up right after where you check. So maybe, there you
go. So I will say now that I've played with it a good hour and a half and really kind of did it, I see this machine. I see the benefit of this machine. I see the demographic. I see the market. If you are someone that has the Cricut Maker or even a Cricut Explorer 2, should you buy this machine? It really depends on if you like those. Some people say they're the features. So, you know, the card mat, the smart label, these things without matless cutting, you might like it. I could probably see myself using this more. I would be able to take this to friends' houses.
Oh, yeah.
I could
simple,
craft
easy.
on the go. So with everything that, I could absolutely see that.
Yeah,
so,
a lot of people were talking about taking it on their vacations if they have, you know, all those good things. Jan Fate, I'm not sure what you're trying to say. Can you change the Cricut Joy cards like slice, etc.? Not a professional on that part. I don't know.
You gotta get back.
Kelly, I don't think we're going to be doing anything with the Silhouette 4 or the Cameo 4. We're not happy with it. Not happy with it at all. Well, there you go, Mama Disney. Send one to your son. Perfect. Fuchsia iron-on. What is fuchsia iron-on? Of course, you know why he left. He had to go get something. Believe me, the price that it is now, give it a few months, it'll come down. Always does. Somebody, Jan Fate asked a quick question. Can you change the Cricut Joy cards like slice, etc.? And then she came back and said, where'd it go?
What do you mean
the cards in the design space?
Yep.
So there you go. Oh,
hi guys.
It's orange peel.
I finished it with the puppy. Aww. I know what you guys want. Oh, big nap.
Oh, are they all sleeping?
No, now they're up because the Bryles was there.
Oh, boy.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed our first look. Here, you want to hold him or her?
You bet.
On the Cricut Joy. Probably Wednesday. We're doing a lot of our shooting tomorrow, and we should have the edited view by then. But if you're interested in use the links, we want to thank you. Help support Ken's Kreations, and we thank you for that.
Yes, thank you so much.
And we want to end with the fact of just a couple points. Number one, I do want to let you guys know Cricut did make an announcement on their blog just addressing currently the environment we are in. They've waived the shipping. They're doing things to create more projects for you and everything. So I do want to appreciate the fact that they're addressing it and knowing that a lot of you are sitting at home with kiddos and things to do. This machine would be perfect for kids crafting.
Absolutely.
Absolutely perfect. It's small, it's safe, and it is easy to use. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, please stay safe. Please stay home. Create memories with your family. Nothing is worth leaving your house and potentially being exposed to this virus, especially if you're in a high-risk category. So take care of each other. And third, and most importantly, we just want to thank you so much for everyone that did join. Looking forward to it. And then we can't wait to have that final review for you.
What?
I know. But we need to go be with our pups. It's puppy time.
Yeah, it's time to feed them.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. We appreciate
everybody.
it. And have a wonderful rest of your Saturday.
Bye.
Oh.